Good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. There was a lady who sat there and asked me if I knew how to, because I was making bone marrow, and she said I know how to make gelatin because she wanted to use gelatin so she could sit there and take, make desserts and stuff with it. Well, what I did was I bought 2/2 of pig's foot, and I put it in my pressure cooker. I filled the water all the way up. Well, not right away. First thing I did was I put it in a pot and I brought it to a boil. I threw the water out because it was dirty, and I added clean water. Brought it to a boil, let it boil a minute. The water was dirty. I threw it out. I kept doing that till the water came clean. Then I moved the pig's feet. When the water was clean, the pig's feet were not cooked. I had just cooked the dirt and all the gunk off of it. And you have to, sometimes it takes a lot of time, sometimes 3 times do it. I've done it 10 times when the feet were really dirty. You just do it till that water is clean. You'll see the pig's feet and the water, and you'll know that it's clean. So I put it in my pressure cooker when I got to that point, and I filled that pressure cooker up. I put the lid on and I pressure cooked that thing 2 hours. I cooled it so I could see how far down the water level was. The water level was pretty low, so I added more water into it, and I pressure cooked it again another 2 hours. I turned it off, let it sit all night, because you can't take that lid off because you'll get all the gel and stuff will come shoot. Anyway, you'll have a mess. Take my word, I had a mess in my kitchen, and I swore I wouldn't go through that again. So the next morning I opened the lid and I strained it. I put a strainer and I put a towel in it, and I strained all the fluid. The bones you could just crush with your fingers. I had cooked that much out because the feet on a pig have a lot of gristle in them and those minerals in them, but they had a lot of gristle, and that's what I was trying to get. Gristle is what your joints rub against. They're on each end of the bones, so the bones can, go like this and they don't hurt each other, and you don't end up with arthritis. So I said, okay. I strained it and I said, well, it's still liquid. I don't know if this thing is gelled or not. So I stuck it into the refrigerator. I put it in a 1/2 gallon bottle, canning jar, and I stuck it in the refrigerator. I left it for 2 days because I forgot about it yesterday. I had so many other things to do. And this morning when I woke up and I took it out, the whole thing had gelled. And so I sat there and I put it on, got my canner out, canning, and I put out 4 or 5 pint jars, and I got the jars in the oven at 220. I heated them up. I got the pressure canner hot, the water, and I did everything I had to do, and I was melting the gelatin from the pig's feet, and I canned it. And I said, okay, now how am I going to can it? What was the time limit I was going to do on it? I said, well, I'm going to treat it like stock. And I pressure canned it at 10 pounds PSIs for 20 minutes. And I got it. Now, I have not, I know I'm going to use like a tablespoon of this because it's gel. It's the gelatin. I'm going to use like a tablespoon when I make rice with the stock and the bone broth and everything I put together. Put it in stews, soups, gravies, cooking pasta, stuff like that. But I don't know if I can use this to make Jell-O with. So I'm going to have to practice on this part. But you can make gelatin. It's liquid now, but as soon as you stick it in the refrigerator, next day it's gelatin. So I'm wondering if, since I tasted this, I made sure there was no fat. I took the fat off. You'll see it. It was in the video before this one. And I tasted it, and it's very, very mild in taste. And I said, I wonder if I could use this as Jell-O and you wouldn't have the taste of the gelatin in it. You'd have the gelatin, but I would have to adjust also how much gelatin I would have to use with the flavors and making it different because it's not in a powder form, and my dehydrator doesn't do that. I don't have a freeze dryer. Those are a bit on the expensive side. I checked them out. They're about $5,000–6,000 for a small one, so that's out of my league. So I'm going to see if I can make Jell-O with this. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but if I can do Jell-O, then I know that we could do other things with it as well. But right now, the only thing I'd be using, excuse me, I just ate. The only thing I will be using it for is, like I said, I'm still belching. Anyway, I'll let you know if I can make Jell-O out of this, because if we can make Jell-O, we can use a lot of this with other things as well. But I know for gravies, soups and stuff, I can put it in to make sure that we get that for the gristle, for our joints, to keep arthritis away. I know I talk about it, and you people will say, they say the medical, oh, when you get old, you're going to get arthritis. I'm 71 and I don't have arthritis. So there's got to be something that I'm doing right to do that. So anyway, I just wanted you to know I did make gelatin. I'm going to see how it works with things, and if it works out well, I will let you know. And this video will not be for members, because a lovely lady had asked me, could she use gelatin if you make it this way? And I told her I had read the instructions, and the way they said you make it, there's no way I could do it. But she set me on a quest, because she asked a question. It set me on a quest. And well, at least I got the gelatin, and if I dehydrated, it'd probably be the color that you get in the powdered gelatin, not the one from Knox, because those are 2 chemicals, but the ones you buy that are made the old-fashioned way. So we'll find out. I don't know. But anyway, you can, and you can make gelatin. When I make it again, I'll sit there and I'll walk you through all the steps to make sure that you do it right and you don't make it too strong, because we've got to hit that balance where it's not too strong and, you know, but it's not so weak it doesn't gel. So I'll see you then, but listen, enjoy your afternoon and take care. As I take you off your stand, bye-bye.